Huge day for me. I need to contain myself because I got Weezer sitting across from me in the studio. Guys, how are you?
Great.
Awesome.
Oh, it's so crazy to have you here. I want to talk about this Teal album because you just surprise dropped an album out of nowhere.
Yep.
And I know the Black album's coming, so what was the reason for the surprise drop?
Well, we just finished it, and I was like, well, let's put it out. What the heck?
You're like, oh, we got another album coming, but we're just going to put this out real fast.
Yeah, that's it. Simple as that.
You know, when you're working on something, creativity sparks more creativity, I think. And it was nice that these songs are written already, so it was less like coming up with... Although there were things we put into these songs that weren't there before.
Definitely.
But it was a really good exercise, and it was simultaneously recording both records.
Wow. Was it almost like a release to be able to, you go from like
With different
writing
producers.
You
That
go
was
from like
interesting
writing the
too.
Black album, and then you guys get to go and like record these covers and like put your own kind of spin on them. Was it cathartic in a sense?
Yeah, it's sing totally different doing covers like Take On Me, and then, going to do something like Can't Knock the Hustle on the Black album. It's just totally different vibe.
How did you guys decide what songs you wanted to cover?
Just looking for stuff that our fans are going to have fun singing along and that we know and we love. And we didn't want to do classic rock. We didn't want to do alternative because that's like, what's the point? We're already alternative.
Yeah.
And we wanted to keep it kind of old school.
Were these records that you guys, when you guys get up there for sound check and stuff, are you guys around and like kind of playing these songs already, or was this something totally new?
A couple of them we've played in our shows or at sound checks, that sort of thing, like Take On Me. I've been doing acoustic at our show for a while, but a lot of them we just started from scratch in the studio.
Did you expect Africa to blow up as big as it did?
No.
No. What was that like when, it hits the internet and you guys see the reaction?
Well, holy cow, we're going to be playing a lot of Africa.
Yeah, forever, right?
We actually got an email from Steve Lukather saying, I don't think you guys thought this one through enough. You're going to end up playing it for the rest of your life now.
Oh.
But it was a really cool experience and such a great song. We really wanted to do it justice,
I think you guys did. I love that the single art for that song too is like it's your fan page from Africa, right? It's like Weezer.
I think it's a Twitter.
It's a tweet, yeah.
It's a tweet from the fan who, yeah.
Is that the tweet that started it all?
That's the tweet.
Wow.
The tweet that started it all. That should be the album.
That's like 2 albums from now.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
the next surprise drop album.
Okay, cool.
So were you just scrolling through and you see that and you're like, you call up the dudes and you're like, hey, we need to do this.
No, we didn't respond immediately at all. I think months went by and she just kept tweeting every day, and then articles were written about her campaign, and eventually we decided to do something, and instead we put out Rosanna.
Wow.
I just remember we came back from an Australian tour and I was getting off the plane and Pat goes, you need to learn Rosanna in Africa by next week. I'm like, okay. That's new, and it was a very challenging keyboard part. But I wanted to, we still like to impress each other, and Pat, our drummer, is such an incredible multi-instrumentalist that, I just try to get in his good graces and learn these really techie songs for him. So it's kind of like more for him that I worked so hard on it.
I want to talk about the Black album. How fun was it to shoot the album cover? Are you guys drenched in paint? What is that?
Yes, it's paint.
It's like black slime?
It's black paint, I think. I don't know if it was mixed with anything, but I don't know how we even could breathe, to tell you the truth.
That's what I was thinking the whole
I think
time
we
I
just
saw
had to
it.
hold our breath.
Okay, I was going to be extremely
We
claustrophobic.
actually have a custom soft serve ice cream flavor coming out that looks the same, but it's like espresso,
yum.
chocolate.
Oh my God.
Soft serve ice cream, yeah.
Do you have a name for it?
I think it's called Weezer Black.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're going to sell it at Magpies here in LA.
That's insane. You need to take one of those soft serve machines to all the shows. Because you
That's
guys
a
are going
great
on
idea.
tour with the Pixies.
Yeah.
In March.
I'm a huge espresso fan.
No, same, dude. I drink. You can ask anyone here. I drink like 7 cups of coffee, a day. But yeah, you need to bring that on tour. I think that'd be a huge hit.
Yeah.
What's it like, gearing up to go on the road with the Pixies?
It's awesome. They're like our biggest influence from the early days. So it's such a nostalgic trip playing with them every night and hearing all those songs and just remembering being like 21 years old, living in a house together and listening to their records. It's really cool.
Well, that's like me talking to you guys right now. How long were you guys working on the Black album?
Well, we started probably at the beginning of last summer, and then we went on tour all summer, and then we picked up again in the fall.
We had to find the right producer. That was a huge thing. We landed on this guy who worked out great, named Dave Sitek, or Sitek, however you pronounce it. He's in a band called TV on the Radio.
Definitely,
as well.
yeah.
Finding producers is always the number one stumbling block for us, because we want somebody who's not stuck on our past and they want to do something completely new and different. but at the same time, they're not like all like super pop. So we got to find somebody who's alternative, but not 90s Weezer alternative.
And did you guys go in with any producers before you met Dave and kind of worked on some songs and just was like, this isn't the right fit?
Yes.
Yeah, and sometimes you can just send them a demo and have them kind of try out some stuff at their place on their own, and you can just get a sense of what's working.
But we didn't know it was, it was always, the Black Album was always something we've been working for a while now, I guess, right? The last couple of records, but we're like, nah, this isn't the Black Album, whatever that is. And we're like, this is actually Pacific Daydream. And then like, this producer's not quite right for the Black. So it took a while to get that guy.
Do you guys like writing on tour?
Yeah, it's like at the beginning of a tour I can write, and as the tour wears on, like I just lose.
It gets less and less. What's more rewarding for you guys, making the album, getting to finish it, or releasing it for the fans?
I always feel like I get happier and happier right up until release day, and I just feel so great. Like, this is such a work of genius. I'm so proud. And then it comes out, and you start getting all the slings and arrows of criticism, and you start feeling sad, and then
you still feel like that?
Oh yeah, it never goes away.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, maybe if one day we put out a really acclaimed record, then it would go away. But it hasn't happened yet.
With this day and age, you're always going to get the haters. It's so interesting. But I just think people need to give this a chance and forget what they think Weezer is and listen to this. Every record we've been doing recently is the same thing. I feel the same way about the White Album, Pacific Daydream, this one, the TL record, all of it. And you'll still get negative comments.
It's just the age of the internet, right?
It's the age of the internet. When did people get to talk to the bands that they listened to before this? You never could have direct access to someone. I couldn't write Ozzy Osbourne and say I didn't like this song off of
Bark at the Moon.
Bark at the Moon. but I wouldn't have, because I loved it. Anyway.
Well, it's cool to know that you guys are still, keeping in. I mean, if you, look at Africa, right? You guys are literally scrolling through Twitter and you see a tweet and it inspires you to go in the studio and record this song.
That's true. So there's positives to this access too.
Of course.
Snapchat is my jam.
Yeah? Is that what do you love about Snapchat?
I don't know. It seems like people say way funnier things on Snapchat than on Twitter or Instagram. They tell me anything. 5
Weezer songs, according to Weezer. If you have more, I'm happy to take more. But I'm excited to hear, what you guys have to say firsthand. First
Top
song.
Weezer song of all time is Weezer's Africa.
Wow.
From the Teal album.
Wow.
Okay, is this a collective thing or individual?
You're like, I don't know about that. We can have like a live debate right now too.
Okay.
Why'd you pick this song, Rivers?
It's just so great to play at the shows every night, and all the phones come out and people are singing along and dancing and they look really silly. It's fun for me.
My favorite song that we've played only a handful of times, and I want people to know about it. I think it's on Pinkerton's Deluxe album. It's called Waiting on You. To me, the melody just soars, and there's counterpoint. There's it's my favorite time signature. It just gives me goosebumps. When I hear it, it makes the hair stand. I get a feeling, and that's what I'm always looking for in music, is a feeling. And I heard that the first time I heard Say It Ain't So as well.
Second song is Can't Knock the Hustle by Weezer off of the Black album.
Love this song. Why'd you pick this record?
I say bitch in it, which...
You say motherfucker, I think, too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just started cursing recently. It just seems way more common in music now. Like when we were kids, like nobody swore in songs.
You can say
right?
whatever you want to if it's hip hop.
Oh, 100%. I mean, even in hooks now.
In pop music, yeah.
Yeah.
Pop music.
It just seems like they just don't feel as offensive anymore. And
Well, you got to be careful when you're a white male what you say.
yeah, some people took offense to me saying bitch, but in the song, I know I'm talking to a guy in the song, so it never occurred to me that it would be offensive.
My second favorite is Angel and the One.
Why this song?
Same thing. I get that feeling. I get that visceral hair standing up on my arms from hearing it. It's emotional. I love the message, the peace shalom at the end. Remember recording it, and it brings back great memories, all that kind of stuff.
It's not my destiny.
Third song.
Third song is Say It Ain't So by Weezer.
Why this record?
Guitar solo, Wrestle with Jimmy, Somebody's Heine. There's all these classic moments. The confetti shoots off in the guitar solo when we're on stage. Oh yeah.
These are difficult questions, but, to put them in any kind of order, because it's really subjective and how I feel at the time. But Get You of Pinkerton, it's the second song of Pinkerton. Like, it's so powerful. And there's a break in it, like, at the end of the bridge. It's my favorite Weezer moment. It's so cool.
This is beginning to hurt.
You guys have so many records. When you're getting ready for this tour with the Pixies, what is putting the set list together like?
Funny you ask. The last couple days I've been writing a program to make the set list.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, what? One time we had Dungeons and Dragon dice, though.
Yeah.
And that's how you decided on what songs go in?
Yeah.
So this is like that,
It's
except
like
it's
that,
computerized.
except it's computerized. I'm that feeling.
And so are you building like an algorithm where like you put all the songs in and
Yeah.
it's going to... Really?
Yeah, because now the program is sophisticated enough that it can make sure that we don't end up with 2 songs in a row that are in the same key or in the same tempo or that have the same speechiness rating or danceability. Like, yeah, so you get lots of variety. So there's no 2 songs in a row from the same album.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's different every night.
So it's possible some of these songs I'm mentioning we might play.
That's insane. And you're programming this?
Yeah.
Holy sh... That's crazy.
Oh yeah, between making
In
two
between
records,
two, I was
he
gonna
also
say.
learns to like write code.
If you need a website built. Fourth song.
Island in the Sun.
Why this one?
That's the sweet melody and the relaxed groove to it. Sometimes you gotta relax like that.
I'm going to throw out songs that people don't know, I think. This is called Any Friend of Diane's, and it's on the White Album. No, it's on Pacific...
Grammy-nominated
on
Pacific...
the Grammy-nominated, just like the White Album, Pacific Daydream. It's the last song, Pacific Daydream, and there's just something about... Rivers kind of tells a story of coming out to L.A., I think. I don't know how true it is, but...
It's true, except I wasn't working at Papa John's, I was working at Domino's.
Yeah.
I don't know why our manager didn't want me to... Somebody didn't want me to say Domino's. I don't know why. Was there like a controversy with Domino's?
I don't know, but...
I think there's a controversy with Papa John's, not Domino's. Right? Am I right?
Maybe I changed
I'm
it.
right about that, right?
What is the actual lyric then? Did I change it from...
something about making dough at Papa John's, like, making a...
Maybe they were steering me towards the controversy.
Yeah, I just love the groove, and it's a great story, and you can imagine a young Rivers coming to L.A., and, what's real, what isn't. It's just a neat song.
Fifth song.
Buddy Holly by Weezer. Yeah, go out with some energy and clapping and sing along.
That's definitely my favorite video, without a doubt.
So you guys are in agreement for the first time?
Well...
Okay, no, I spoke too soon. I'm
going to say Only in Dreams. That song can really take off if all the stars are aligned, because it's never the same twice when we do it live. And on the record, it's probably the best it's ever been. It's on the record. It's on the Blue Album.
You can't resist.
That one's by Weezer. It's off the Black Album. The Black Album is coming in March. But right now, I had AJR on my show, and they were telling me what it was like to work with Rivers Cuomo.
Oh, that was fantastic, actually. And very strange and a great learning experience. I'll tell you why. It's because he writes songs in the opposite way from us and kind of the opposite way from anyone I've ever met. And he's very open about this. He claims that if he can tell you what he means in a song or what a song is about, he's done a bad job as a writer. So how he accomplishes this is he's been keeping an Excel document for the last 20 years of him being an artist of these random lines and words that he comes up with in his head. And when he writes a song, he goes to his
Pinkerton?
document. Yeah, honestly, he may have done this for all the albums. He goes to the document and just drags lines to Microsoft Word and then just makes a song, and that's it. It's just a string of random lines that he has.
And he wants it not to mean anything. He wants you to just feel something.
MVP.
Gentlemen, I do this thing on my show called my MVP. It's my most valuable play. All that means is one song that I can't stop listening to. Do you guys have a record that you guys keep going back to, whether you're on the tour bus or the plane or just chilling at home?
The record I've been listening to a lot recently is called Nilsson Sings Newman. It's from the early 70s. It's all piano-based. And that seems like the biggest inspiration for our next album.
Harry Nilsson, right?
Yeah.
And are they Randy Newman songs?
Randy Newman songs.
Wow.
Randy
Yeah.
Newman's the best.
The album was a total flop when it came out, but it's really cool to listen to now because I'm not familiar with it.
Nilsson Schmilson. Newman Schmnewman.
I'll be home, be home.
Guys, thank you so much. The Black Album is coming out on Apple Music March 1st. You guys are on tour with the Pixies in March. So great to get to talk to you guys. I really appreciate it.
Likewise.